There was a time in my life where I thought being smart was enough, and hence I did my CIE routing and switching and also in security. And then someone told me that you need to level up your game and you need to become an architect now. And that's where I pursued towards my CCDE, which is one of the top elite in the world. And there are almost 500-600 people worldwide. Well, I passed that exam as well. But then I realized that there is something which is stopping me. I was not able to connect with people in the meetings or in my day-to-day interactions. And I was not sure why is it happening unless I sat down with myself and I started analyzing myself. What is the problem? What am I doing wrong? I've already passed these technical certifications, but why I'm not coming across as a likable person? Well, then I read somewhere, it's not about how smart you are. It's not about how technical you are. It's always about how you are making others feel. And then I came across this book, 11 Habits of Being Likeable, or 11 Laws of Likeability. And then after doing my CCDE, I thought to myself that I've done it all. I've achieved my milestone. So now wherever I'll go, whatever I'll do, people will be all about me. They will ask me, AJ, tell us about yourself. And whatever comes out of my mouth, that will become a law. And then I was sitting in the meeting room with the other stakeholders. They were the technical peers. There were also project managers and some directors sitting in that room as well. I thought to myself that I've got everything ready, starting from the business requirements, designs, and configurations, and even the change plans, the rollback plans, everything. But then there was some missing element, which I realized it later on. I wasn't able to connect with my peer. I wasn't able to articulate my ideas well to my peers. And actually, they were not buying from me. So at that time, I called that book the 11 Laws of Likeability, and actually I flipped the script. Rather than speaking, rather than keep talking, I actually started asking questions to my peers, to everyone who was in that room. The questions from what their responsibilities are, what are the outcomes they are looking to have out of this project, also what is success looks like to them. And we started talking about their pain points, the pinch points. What is it that is holding their project back till now? And suddenly something fascinating happened. They started opening. They started telling me about their problems and everything. How do they want to complete this project and how do they want to make it successful? We also talked about their long-term requirements, their short-term requirements, and actually everything we discussed in that meeting. And suddenly I became the likable person. They started liking me, and then we finished that project, and that project was finished on a very good note. So my name is Ahmed Junaid, and as I've said, I am a double CCIE and a CCDE. So I work for big companies, top 500, FTSE 500 companies in the world. I've designed, implemented their network, starting from the core network, WAN networks, and their security solutions. So number first thing, what I've learned from that book, and I've actually implemented in my day-to-day life and my daily interactions, that was to grow the muscle of listening. Yes, you have heard it right. We all think that that is the thing what we are very good at, and we have been doing that since our whole life, that we've been listening to other people. But trust me, guys, we have been doing it all wrong. When I was listening and I evaluated it later on, that I wasn't actually listening to them. I was listening to the words coming out of their mouth. And then my brain was wandering. I was in a separate zone. I was in a different world at that time. So whatever they are talking about, it didn't make sense to me because I wasn't even listening to them, what they are saying, where they are coming from, what is the message they are trying to relay in that conversation. So guys, what I did, I started listening to them with my open ears and open mind. And then I was able to focus on the hidden meanings in their conversation, in their words, like is it they are trying to communicate? What are their problems and how can I solve their problems? So that is the number one point. And the second point is to build curiosity. When I started my career, I always thought that it's always about me. I am failing this, I am doing that, I am achieving this. And this is something I was coming across to people. Whenever I was meeting them, I was telling them about myself, about the stories, about the struggles, about the pain points, and about my wins. I wasn't curious anymore. And I used to look at people from a bias, from a fixed bias. And that bias was that I like that person or I don't like that person. Then that book, the second law, taught me how to be curious, and that changed everything. Then I made it about people in my day-to-day interactions, in my meeting rooms, in my vendor meetings, vendor interactions. I started to think that what is the most amazing thing in that person, and what can I get out of that person in the most positive way? And trust me, then I started liking everyone. And with this curiosity, you can also start liking everyone, and you can make it about people to know more about them, to understand them and understand their thought patterns and their normal patterns in day to day life. Number third point, guys, which is the authenticity. So that is the third law. And that law tells us that all my life I've been trying to copy others. Oh, he has done that. I should do that. He has gone somewhere. I should do that. And I didn't get a chance to sit down with myself and to understand what I am like, what my authentic self is. And I was the follower of the saying that fake it till you make it. And all those years, I was all wrong. So I tried to find my authentic self. How do I speak? How do I talk? How do I think? How do I come across people? And then, with the more authentic you are, the more trustworthy you are. People are going to find you trustworthy and they're going to trust you even more. But that doesn't mean that you should not improve yourself. You should also look at how you come across people, the way your tonality is, the way you use your verbals and non-verbals, and then improve them while being your authentic self. So the fourth thing is how you relay an energy whenever you go into a room or whenever you go into any situation. How energetic are you? How are you relaying, transferring that energy to the people? And if you are following and implementing all these three laws, then you are going to come across as an energetic person. So if you start learning and implementing these frameworks and these laws in your day-to-day life, and then if you are going in a room and you feel like you are unheard and you are, then make it about people and stop thinking how to impress people. Just make everything about them. Show some curiosity, listen to them, and use your body language and find some common interest to talk about. Flex that muscle as well. And then eventually you will find out that people, they will be all about you. They will be liking you to the core. And then your absence will be seen and felt. So let's just do it and see where does it take us. Thank you.